On the frame, level 3 below the frame, all right? I'm gonna work from my right in. I always like working from the outside, from the front of the part of the engine and working my way back, all right? So the first thing I see up here is gonna be my coolant reservoir. Coolant reservoir is properly mounted secured, all mounting bolts are present, free from any cracks or leaks, should be filled to the proper level, factory cap is present and tight, all right? Any questions on that one? All right? Any rubber hoses running to it are free from any abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot. Okay? So A, B, C, D for the rubber, anything rubber. No abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot. Alright? I'm gonna follow this hose right here at the bottom. Where's it gonna take me to?
Water pump.
So I follow that hose, and it'll take me to the water pump. Water pump right there. Right here. So that water pump properly mounted secured, all mounting bolts are present. Alright? There's no cracks, bends, or leaks in that water pump, alright? And is it gear or belt driven?
That one's gear.
That's gear driven, right? You don't see it at the front of the motor with a belt running to it, so you know it's gear driven, all right? It might look like it's belt driven, but that belt, that pulley's running a gear here, and then that gear is pushing this here, inside there. So that's why it's gear driven, all right? If you don't see the pump directly in front of the motor with the pulley itself spinning it, it's gonna be gear driven, all right? So I keep working my way left, and I got the dipstick. You just need to explain to the tester how you check oil, and pull my dipstick out, wipe it off, stick it back in, take it out to get the proper reading. If I do need to add oil, I'll do so right here in the fill hole, okay? Now we're gonna move to the alternator. That's the last piece over here. Alternator, properly mounted secured, all mounting bolts are present, all right? This is a belt-driven alternator. I will pull on that belt. Should not come on more than 3/4 of an inch. And it's a polyurethane belt, so no ABCD, beautiful. No abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot on that belt, all right? Now, any wires running to it, any electrical wires running to it are free from any cuts, frays, or slices, no charring or corrosion. All right? Anything electrical, remember, no cuts, frays, slices, no charring or corrosion. All right? Now, let's go over to the other side. Because we're done over here. I already talked about everything we're going to talk about. The turbo. That's for part B. So we'll start that. Yeah, that side was just A. So usually it's just coolant, water pump. Usually it's always on that side, water pump for sure. Coolant is like 60% either that side or this side. It varies. But alternator and water pump almost 100% on that side. I would say 95% is usually on that side, all right? And this truck right here is the same truck that you guys are gonna be testing on. Same exact truck, all right? The other truck is just wrapped in blue, but it's the same truck, all right? So again, start for level 1, work my way out, and work my way inside, right? Level 1, I got my
Power steering canister.
Yep, reservoir. Power steering reservoir, properly mounted secured. All mounting bolts are present. Free from any cracks or leaks in the reservoir. All right, and it's filled to the proper level. Cap is present and tight. Now, any hoses running to it are free from any abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot. Now, I'm gonna follow this hose leading from my power steering reservoir, and it's gonna take me to my
Your air pump.
power steering?
Pump. Sorry.
Power steering pump. All right? So I'm gonna follow that hose. It's gonna take me to my power steering pump. That power steering pump, properly mounted secured, all mounting bolts are present, free from any bends, cracks, or leaks in that power steering pump. It's gonna be hard to see it because it's sitting behind the frame and you got this plastic in the way. But you're gonna tell them I'm gonna follow that hose to my power steering pump, properly mounted secured, no bends, cracks, or leaks in that pump, and it's a gear-driven pump, right? Obviously, it's not sitting up in the front, gear-driven, right? Now you're gonna work your way right on top of that pump. Right on top of that pump, we got
Air compressor.
Yep, air compressor, right? Air compressor is properly mounted secured. All mounting bolts are present. Free from any bends, cracks, or leaks in that air compressor. Now, any hoses, metal hoses running to it are free from any bends, cracks, or leaks. Any rubber hoses, free from any abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot, right? There's a gear, belt driven.
That one's gear.
This gear, right? Gear driven compressor, all right? Now, I'm gonna keep moving right on level 1. I don't see nothing else for level 1 going right. So now I'm gonna come back to level 2, anything that's sitting on the frame itself. All right, so I got my power steering gearbox. Power steering gearbox. Go ahead, what's up? It's not, it's gonna be, you can't see it. It's behind the frame.
It's inside the frame.
You cannot see it. You cannot see it.
It's really right here. Okay. Where my hands at? It's really down here. All right?
You cannot see it. You cannot see it.
And then we're gonna move down to level 2. Power steering gearbox, right? Power steering gearbox, properly mounted secured, all mounting bolts are present. All right, it's free from any bends, cracks, or leaks in that gearbox. Any rubber hoses running to it are free from any abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot. All right, now I'm gonna continue right on level 2, which is on the frame. Next thing I run into is my
Shock absorber.
shock absorber. Shock absorber is properly mounted secured. All mounting bolts are present, or the top and bottom mounting bolt are present. It's free from any bends, cracks, or leaks in that absorber, in that shock absorber. All right. Now keep moving right on level 1. On level 2, I don't got anything else, right? So now I'm gonna work my way to level 3. Level 3 is gonna be right below the frame. I'm gonna start with my leaf spring hanger. All right, that leaf spring hanger, properly mounted, secured, all mounting bolts are present, free from any bends, cracks, or any illegal welds. If there are holes, it's a factory hole, such as this one. All right. Now the leaf spring itself, properly mounted, secured with the proper U-bolts. So if you look over here, you got the U-bolts running in the middle of the leaf springs, right? So they're properly mounted, secured with the proper U-bolts. Those U-bolts should have all 4 nuts present underneath. The leaf spring themselves should not be shifted, cracked, or missing any leaf springs. All right. Obviously, if you're missing any leaf springs, you will notice because there'll be space in your U-bolts. All right. Now you have a back shackle on the leaf springs. You got to talk about that as well. My back shackle, which is the bracket all the way in the back, properly mounted, secured. All mounting bolts are present, free from any bends, cracks, or illegal welds. If there are holes, factory holes. All right. Now I talked about everything underneath the frame really that I can talk about. So now I'm gonna work my way outwards. Right. Next piece I got out. What's this right here?
The 3-part steering.
3-piece steering linkage, yes sir. So my 3-piece steering linkage is properly mounted, secure with the proper castle nuts and Carter pins in place. So if you look over here, you got a castle nut, you got a back castle nut back there as well. And they're properly mounted, secure with both castle nuts and Carter pins in place. All right. Now the 3-piece steering linkage itself is free from any bends, cracks, or any damages. All right. So no bends, cracks, or damages, no illegal welds. You can save for that as well. All right. Now talking about my 3-piece steering linkage. Now I'm gonna keep working my way outwards. Next piece I have outward, you want to turn on the truck and turn the tire off for me? All right. So right here we got the brake chamber. All right. Brake chamber is properly mounted, secured. All mounting bolts are present. Brake chamber clamp is present. All right. The brake chamber itself is free from any bends, cracks, or any damages. No leaks as well. All right. Now any rubber hoses running to it are free from any abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot. All right. Now you're gonna work your way down into the slack adjuster. That slack adjuster is properly mounted, secured to the push rod with both pins and Carter pins in place. All right. Now I'm gonna pull on the slack adjuster. It should not come out more than
1 inch.
1 inch, and the push rod should be
Bent, not straight.
straight, not bent. All right. Now, boom. So again, slack adjuster properly mounted, secured to the push rod, both pins, Carter pins in place. I'll pull on that slack adjuster. Should not come out more than 1 inch. Push rod should be straight. Work your way inside the tire now. Inside the tire, you got brake lining, brake pad, or brake shoe, whatever one you want to call it. You got your drum, you got your rim, you got your tire, right? You're gonna take it just like that. So my brake lining, no less than a 1/4 inch thin, no chips or cracks, no oil, grease. It's a dry system. The drum, not excessively thin or dangerously thin, no chips or cracks, no oil, grease. It's a dry system. All right. And you work your way into the inside of the rim. Inside of the rim, free from any bends, cracks, or illegal welds. If there are holes, they're factory holes. Then you go into the tire. Inside of the tire is properly seated to the rim, free from any abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot. All right. Top of the tire, no less than 4/30 seconds of tread depth. Are recap tires allowed?
No.
Virgin tires only, even wear, free from any abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot. Outside of the tire should be filled too.
80 to 100 are manufacturer specs.
Yep, 80 to 100 or whatever the manufacturer indicates, right? And it's free from any abrasions, bumps, cuts, or dry rot, and it is properly seated to my rim. Now you're gonna go to the outside of the rim. Outside of the rim, free from any bends, cracks, or illegal welds. If there are holes, it's a factory hole. Now my valve stem, I'm gonna grab it, shake it, should have no leaks. Cap should be present, all right? Now all my lug nuts are present and tight. There's no running ruts or metal shavings, which indicate a loose lug nut, all right? Now you go into your hub seal, properly mounted, secured. All mounting bolts are present. Should be filled to the proper level, should have no leaks.
Do we have to check that on the test, the pre-trip?
Nah, they might ask you and you're just gonna tell them I'll pop the cap off, stick my finger in, and should have an inch of grease. All right, if they do ask you, but I doubt they'll ask you. All right, so now let's go back to the other side and talk about Form B.